On my last video, I got a few comments, some feedback. It was mostly all positive, and I really appreciate that. Thank you guys for still giving a fuck about my channel. But I had a couple people, including Danny Vasquez, ask me to go through my CD collection again, which I did a really long time ago. It was one of the first things I did on my channel, but a lot of people have been saying they want me to redo it. And also, a couple, my boy Passive Metal, go check out his channel. He told me less vapes, more bong rips. So I'm gonna do a stoned CD collection video and just show off everything I have and get blasted. So should be fun. We're smoking on some Citrix. This is a fat ounce. Excuse me if I keep looking over here. I have my laptop casting to my TV, so the camera shows up over there. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna do it. So I've got a fat joint of some Citrix. Got the Joshua Bong Miho all loaded up with some Citrix as well. I got all my pieces loaded up actually. I have my Heady spoon pipe from Boulder loaded up. And I have my glass beaker bubbler loaded up. And I have quite a big stack of CDs down here that I'm going to get through, just kind of get my thoughts on them, show that they're in my collection. And we'll see how many I get through. I might not do this whole stack. I might just do until I feel like it or until I run out of weed loaded up. But let's get started. Cheers. Let's get this thing stroking. Fuck. There we go. Alright. Let's get into it. First thing, we got Archgoat, The Light Devouring Darkness. Fantastic Black Death War Metal album. These guys are actually dropping a new one pretty soon that I just pre-ordered. I pre-ordered the CD and the t-shirt. That album's called like Luciferian something. I can't quite remember. But really excited to get that. And I love this thing, man. Album artwork. Super dope. You can't really see it too well because my webcam sucks. But yeah, we'll start there. Another thing is these aren't really in alphabetical order. When I went to Russia, my mom came in and basically cleaned my room, which I really appreciated. But she also decided to reorganize all my CDs so they're not in alphabetical order anymore. But so that's also part of why I'm doing this. I'm going to put them back on my shelf in alphabetical order. But moving on. This is an appropriate album. This is Bob Marley and the Wailers with Natty Dread. My grandmother actually gave me this album. Really good stuff. There's some classic songs on here. No Woman, No Cry, Dem Belly Full, Lively Up Yourself. Pretty good stuff. I mean, I used to love Bob Marley a lot when I was younger. And it's still pretty cool stuff. Next up, we have Alice in Chains Unplugged. Really, really awesome album. Really cool, more relaxed, subdued, sort of haunting versions of Alice in Chains songs. And yeah, Down in the Hole, Angry Chair, Down in a Hole, Sludge Factory. Really cool renditions of some classic grunge tunes. So yeah, definitely check out the Unplugged MTV Alice in Chains. This is a super important album to me, lyrically, spiritually, musically. This is Rain Chaos by Dissection. If you're not too familiar with these guys, it's kind of started off doing a more melodic black metal sound. They're very integral in the Swedish anti-cosmic Satanist kind of movement that came out. Really, really cool album. This one's a lot more on the melodic death metal front. All the lyrics were written by Frater Namadayal, who's kind of the spiritual leader of anti-cosmic Satanism. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. But it's a very, very anti-cosmically driven album, and it's really, really cool stuff. Check out Beyond the Horizon, Black Dragon, Dark Mother Divine, the title track, Mahakali. Fantastic, fantastic stuff. Now on to one of my favorite bands, Yob with Catharsis. I'm not sure if this is their debut. I think it might be their second album. It's just 3 tracks. They're all very, very lengthy. Fantastic Buddhist-themed stoner sludge metal. I'm really sorry if I'm holding these low, but I'm really trying to get them in the fucking camera. But the song Ether on this album, it's the shortest one, but it's the most powerful to me. It really, really hits home. Really sludgy, really groovy track. And Yob are just gods of like heavy riffs, man. Check them out. I like this. I like this Stone CD collection format. Let me know if you guys do. Mad Villain, MF Doom, and Mad Villain. What the fuck? Okay, this is no, and Mad Lib. Fuck. Wow, this is maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe this is not gonna go well at all. MF Doom and Mad Lib are Mad Villain. This is an amazing hip hop album. If you haven't heard it, got a lot of hype when it came out, and for years after. It's a pretty celebrated hip hop collaboration. MF Doom, obviously, one of the dopest MCs ever, in my opinion. So yeah, if you haven't checked out MF Doom or the Mad Villain album, definitely do so. Let me just ash this bitch real quick. Alright. This is J Dilla, The Diary. This is only the instrumentals on that album. So it's not the actual lyrics from J Dilla. But really, really awesome instrumentals. I love the production on The Diary. And this is actually the album that got me into rapping, which is what I'm doing a lot now lately. So, yeah. I used to fucking drive around all the time listening to The Shining Part 2. Actually, no, Part 1. The Shining Part 1, Diamonds. Fantastic fucking instrumental, and it was the first thing I ever rapped over on SoundCloud. So I'll leave a link to my SoundCloud in the description. That's kind of what I've been doing more of lately. There's a lot of hip-hop in this particular section. This is the RZA hits by, of course, the Wu-Tang Clan. Some classic tracks on here. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Protect Your Neck, Shimmy Shimmy Ya, Liquid Swords. Pretty good, solid compilation of some of the bigger hits from Wu-Tang. Yeah, good stuff. This is Zordarex with Sepulchral. This is my buddy Jared Cave Moran's band. Gotta make sure this thing doesn't go out. And, yeah, it's basically a sludgy, droney doom that's kind of very eerie, kind of in vein of like Worm Phlegm, if you're familiar with them. Jared has tons of projects. He has so many bands. He's always doing shit. So many one-man projects, so much stuff he's in with other people. And this is a one-man doom project that he does. Limited to 50 copies on Speed Ritual Records. You can barely even see the cover because it just looks so dark, but it's just like kind of like a bunch of skulls stacked on top of each other. Yeah, pretty cool shit, man. A little simplistic, but definitely very atmospheric, very creepy. Good stuff. Now onto a slab of delicious German atmospheric black metal. This is Horn with Feld Post. I guess I haven't really been opening up the digipacks or really showing off the CDs because I'm trying to smoke this fucking joint with my other hand. But I can do it with one hand for this one. So that's the inside of the digipack. Like I said, atmospheric black metal from Germany. I believe this came out in 2015. But I'm not entirely sure. But really good stuff, man. The lyrics are all inspired by the stories of German soldiers in World War I. The letters they wrote home to their families. So, I mean, not really NSBM, but I guess maybe sort of German historical, German nationalist lyrical themes. But really, really good stuff. Let's get this bitch running again. Ailstorm, Captain Morgan's Revenge. Another thing to keep in mind is a lot of times I will have more CDs from these artists, but like I said, they're all just completely mixed up on my shelf. So, yeah, you're just going to get them in whatever order. So this is Ailstorm's first album, right after they changed their name from Battleheart to Ailstorm. Pretty solid stuff. Captain Morgan's Revenge, awesome epic song. Nancy the Tavern Wench. I know how to play that song on piano, so it's always really fun to just play it on like a keyboard with like the accordion setting or whatever. Pretty cool shit. Wenches and Mead is awesome. And Ailstorm is just a really fun pirate metal band from Scotland. If you don't know who they are, I'm sure you do. But I also have the box set of Sunset on the Golden Age. And if you guys like this idea, I'll keep doing it and I'll show that again eventually. So yeah. Summoning, Old Morning's Dawn. Unfortunately, this is the only Summoning album I own, but it is terrific. I think probably like Oathbound or Dol Guldur are probably my favorite Summoning projects, but I do really, really love Old Morning's Dawn. Fuck, I can't believe I forgot that. But yeah, this was the first and only Summoning album I've ever bought, but I really need more, and I'd love to have some of their shit on vinyl, because they're just a great band for the vinyl experience and the sound. But yeah, Summoning Old Morning's Dawn, awesome Black Death from Colorado. Not Summoning, but this is awesome Black Death from Colorado. This is Nightbringer, Ego Dominus Tus. Really, really crazy, creepy, sinister black metal with like death metal kind of influences and some, I don't want to say progressive, but I don't know, maybe a little more kind of atmospheric at times. But yeah, this is really, really fantastic. These guys are from like way out fucking western, like southwestern Colorado. I've never been out there, but yeah, it's cool that they're from my state and they do make some badass music. Alright, this thing went out again. I'm gonna move on to some other shit. Tanner Hackney, I believe, fuck. Yeah, Tanner from Passive Metal. That's your name, right, dude? Fuck, I'm sorry. You can understand why I don't quite remember right now. But you requested the bong rip, so I'll do that and then get into this next band. Trying to blow the smoke at my door so my room doesn't smell completely like weed for the rest of my life. Probably will still anyway. But onto Acid Witch, one of my favorite bands. As far as their art style and their merchandise, I just love their shit, so I love buying it. And also, they make amazing music. This is their second album. I do actually have all three of the Acid Witch albums that I own right here. But yeah, this is super like, it's like psychedelic death doom with like a really cheesy Halloween kind of spin. They always sing about like fucking Halloween. It's Acid Witch, bro. They're sick. Check out Trick or Treat, Stone to the Grave, Metal Movie Marijuana Massacre, Meltdown, Satanic Faith. The intro is super cheesy, but it's also super fucking awesome. So yeah, Acid Witch, Stone. Saw them at Hell's Head Bash. It was dope. This is their first one, Witch-tanic Hallucinations. I think I prefer this one a little bit less to Stoned, which is kind of an unpopular opinion. Most people really like Stoned more. I mean, most people really like Witch-tanic Hallucinations more. But I prefer Stoned, but this is still a fantastic album. Into the Cave, Witchblood Cult, October 31st, Witch's Tits. Yeah, really cool shit. Once again, you can't see the artwork very well, but it is dope as fuck. And Midnight Movies, their 4-song cover EP. I really like the song After Midnight, and I really like the song Party Time, but the other two tracks aren't very good in my opinion. I don't like the clean vocal style. I think Acid Witch excels with the really gnarly kind of like really raspy kind of screams that fucking Shagrod does. Or wait, no, Slasher Dave fronts Acid Witch. This is probably a really bad idea for the future of this collection update, but I'm going to go ahead and rip this because I want to rip all the pieces in the video. Alright, if Wyatt XM's watching this, he's gonna have a boner, because I'm clipping Splendor and Misery. Fantastic album. I wish I had the Wriggle EP and Clippings self-titled, their first album, because those are both fantastic as well. This one's a little more kind of conceptual and out there than those albums. But if you're not familiar with Clipping, it's like really experimental, noisy hip-hop. Kind of like a less chaotic and more refined Death Grips. But Davi Diggs, fantastic rapper. He's also in the movie Blind Spotting, if you haven't seen that yet. It's a really, really fantastic fucking movie. But yeah, Clipping, Splendor, and Misery concept album about a futuristic space slave who commandeers a space vessel and gets lost in space. Crazy shit. One of my favorite albums of all time, Acid Witch, When the Kite String Pops. Like, no joke, this is probably top 3 favorite albums of all time, for sure. It's just so evil and menacing and groovy. And it just sounds like it just came straight out of, like the back room of, like, a voodoo witch in, like, New Orleans, like, swamplands. Like, it's so fucking grimy, fucking sludge metal. And, yeah, R.I.P. Audie Murphy from Acid Bath, the bass player who passed away and caused the band to dissolve. But, you know, their guitarist is now in Goat Whore and shit, so that's cool. But, yeah, this is a fantastic fucking album. One of my very favorites. Jesus, these are fucking dusty, bro. I haven't played that in a long time. I need to spin that shit again. Oh boy. Alright. Sodom, Epitome of Torture. Now that I'm not smoking that joint anymore, I guess I can kind of open these up and show them off a little bit. This is, I'm not sure if this is their latest album, but it's one of their latest from 2013. I really love the album M16 by Sodom. That's my personal favorite. But this one has some fantastic tracks on it, and that cover art is pretty fucking cool as well. But I love SODOM, Invocating the Demons, and Into the Skies of War. Really fantastic fucking album, even though it's kind of sort of overshadowed by some of their earlier work, but they're still fucking killing it. Alright, I'm gonna do 3 more, and this will be the last. This will be the last of my tokes for this video. Once again, thank you to everyone who watched my last shit, and if you give a fuck about this, if I even decide to upload it, which I probably will, because it's probably going to be slightly hilarious, then, yeah, just let me know. Alright. I'm going to say that that's a wrap on the weed. I feel like I smoked plenty of weed for this. But, I'm just going to show a few more albums here real quick. What are we at? 18 minutes? Yeah, I'll show these last 3 real quick. King Ghidorah, Take Me to Your Leader. Probably my favorite hip-hop album of all time. I believe King Ghidorah is MF Doom's, like, sort of alias when he produces or something. I'm not entirely sure, actually. But I know that this album features MF Doom rapping quite a lot, as well as a bunch of other artists like Biollante, Mr. Fantastic, Geigen. It's a really fucking awesome hip-hop, experience. If you love fantastic samples and, like, beats and, like, quality old-school beats and rhymes, I mean, I think Take Me to Your Leader by King Ghidorah is really fucking up there. This is Ghostface Killah, 12 Reasons to Die, aka the Brown Tape. Really, really cool hip-hop album. Awesome flows, really cool production, featuring Inspector Deck on quite a few tracks. And, yeah, man, awesome offshoot from the Wu-Tang Collective. And Ghostface Killah's been killing it for so long, but, I mean, this is just another awesome album, so. And to finish off this little segment, I am going to take a vape, because I feel like I need a vape after all that. is a Satanic Warmaster Fimbulwinter. Satanic Warmaster, one of the most amazing black metal bands when it comes to like sort of old school triumphant sound, like almost like sort of raw black metal. I'm sure everyone knows who fucking Satanic Warmaster is if you're watching my shit. But yeah, I love the song Corby, Fimbulwinter Spell, Dragon's Egg, and I also really love that cover art. I have a couple more Satanic Warmaster CDs up there as well. I believe I have the Of the Night EP, and I also have the Black Metal Commando compilation. But, so yeah, I'm going to call it for that video. I think I'm going to maybe try to do some homework, maybe play some guitar, and then pass out for the night. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.